Grand Rising Kings, Queens, Gods, Goddesses. Most High exclusive dimensional being Kyle with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about narcissistic people. How to deal with a narcissistic people. And what is a narcissistic person? Now, narcissistic, up front and personal. This is basically someone with a disability. AKA not having the ability to have something. AKA they lack the ability to own something. So, of course, they're disabled. And this can play out onto many spectrums. AKA they're already mentally disabled. That means this is a disorder. And this disorder can play from head to toe, internally and externally. Now, these characteristics, traits expand. They conquer. And when we're talking about a narcissistic person, this is a person that's going to go to the full extreme lengths to do whatever it takes and whatever it takes in order for them to basically sustain what they lack of, aka which they don't have fulfillment within themselves. So you can be around a narcissistic person, and these traits are not very hard to pick up or basically hard to grasp. You just got to sit back, pay attention, and watch this individual. Because, of course, this is like dealing with a spoiled brat, a spoiled child. Also, take this into consideration with certain people's religions, certain deities, certain phrases, certain examples, and certain pinpoints that they will utilize, saying, in order to reach to heaven, you got to go through me. And, of course, that's someone that's being a narcissistic person, trying to flex their power. AKA, they don't have power. They're weak. They don't want to put in the energy work. They don't want to put in the work to obtain power. So, of course, they can mislead you through the words. They can mislead you, thinking, having you doing something. And, of course, this is how people get their energy taken away from them. This is how people get their power taken away from them. By them giving their power outside of themselves. AKA, we all have power within ourselves. Now, a narcissistic person is just a weak-ass person. And they're disabled. AKA, they're not disabled as far as them not able to do something. They just weak. They don't have that power to withstand or withhold something. So they will use your power, your energy. They will drink you dry like a vampire. They will be self-centered. AKA, they want to be the ones that's getting all the attention. They want to be the ones that's getting all the praise. They want to be the ones that's getting all the revenue. AKA, you take your ass to the church. What's going to happen? Everybody got to pay their tithe. Everybody got to pay their fair share. And what happens if that person not getting their fair share? What happens if that person not getting their tithe? They're going to go to the full extreme lengths to make you feel like you ain't shit. They're going to go to the full extreme lengths to make it seem like, oh, the church is not going to be able to stand long if nobody contributing, knowing that church is already paid for. That's just them milking you dry for what you have. AKA, this goes on many perspectives. Almost to the point where if everybody wasn't reacting and responding to what was going on to the world, the government would get jealous. The government would get mad. They would go to the full extreme lengths to try to make people give their attention to them. AKA, what happens if a demon, what happens if the Grinch, if the motherfucking Grinch had a fulfilled... The Grinch don't like Christmas. The Grinch don't like Christmas. The Grinch didn't have emotional fulfillment. What did the Grinch do? He went around destroying certain people Christmases. AKA, certain people was happy about Christmas. Certain people loved Christmas. Certain people enjoyed Christmas. Because clearly, they was getting gifts. The Grinch, he probably ain't get no Grinch. He probably ain't get no Christmas gifts. So what did he do? He go around making sure that everybody else is going to be mad. Everybody else is going to be angry. I'm going to steal everybody packages. And then this is what's going to make me happy because I have what they don't have. Gifts. So this is basically, you can also be around somebody that's a Grinch. You got to like really sit there and acknowledge everything that a person does. The way they use it, the way they talk to you and things of that matter. Because a narcissistic person, very toxic. Very toxic. And these traits are not hard to sustain themselves. You can just look at somebody. This person look like a snake. That's true. Because internally, they do snake-like things. And of course, when they get in the public, they're gonna make it seem like it's very cute, it's very beautiful, it's very wonderful. So of course, they're gonna utilize these traits, but behind the scenes, when nobody's around and when nobody's looking, these motherfuckers is hurting inside. They hurting. It's boiling in the hot. It's boiling in the hot inside when nobody around. It's certain shit, certain insecurities, aka they're not internally secured. AKA they don't have this securement inside of them. So of course, they're going to go to the full extreme lengths to try to get it outside of them. Looking outside the world. Lacking power. They weak. They soft. They sloppy. They want your power. They want to drink you dry for everything you have. They are vampires. Parasites. Parasitic vampires. So if you dealing with a narcissistic person, you need to cut ties with that person ASAP, because they ain't going to respect you. They're going to neglect you. They ain't going to give a fuck about your feelings. They ain't going to give a fuck about nothing else but themselves, because they selfish, self-centered people. And of course, how do you deal with a narcissistic person? You stop giving them power. Yeah, stop giving them power, or expose their ass. Put them in the light. Put the light on them. They hate the light. They dark. They hate the light. They vampires. You got to put that light on that vampire. See, that vampire can only get far when it's in the dark, doing its things where people are asleep, people are slacking, people not being aware, people not up on their guard. So that motherfucking narcissistic person is going to go to the full extreme lengths to take full control. AKA, while you sleep, getting ready for the mall, sleeping good, that motherfucker up on some demonic shit. He's making sure he's spilling the tea, setting up the traps, making sure your ass don't make it to a perfect day tomorrow. Your ass get into a full moon scenario. Your ass gonna experience a dark side tomorrow. That motherfucker, he's setting traps. He making it seem like your ass a mouse now. He's trying to trap you now. He's trying to see you fail on that trap. He want to see you move around, twitch on that mouse trap. That narcissistic person is a dark person. And that person is going to go to the full extreme treasures, lengths, shortcuts in life. Don't want to go the long route. Going to take shortcuts to try to get whatever they want, whatever they fulfill, whatever they want to see in their perspectives. And of course, if things don't go in their way, they're going to get very frustrated. They're going to go out their way and do things to make it seem like everything is going. Take into consideration with these vaccines that this government trying to basically do to y'all. So of course, they want everybody to get a vaccine. Now, this goes on a deeper perspective or a deeper lengths, because this is all about the population control, the population agenda. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna basically utilize your job, utilize your home, utilize your comfortability. If you don't get this vaccine, you can't work. If you don't do this, you can't do that. Feel me? If you don't get this vaccine, you can't fly. So now you got to start to take it into consideration. This is a narcissistic ass motherfucking government. You got to also take this into consideration. This is a narcissistic ass religion. But you see how both of them tie together? Because these are the same demons, same devils, same motherfuckers that's still running the land to this motherfucking day. AKA, if you don't put that sword into that heart of the narcissistic person, if you don't put that shit deep in, if you don't put them to rest, if you keep allowing them to get stronger by your power, then they're going to sit back and accumulate everyone. No matter what the circumstance situation is. They're going to do whatever they want to do. They're going to go to the extreme lengths because they have mental disorders. They're not stable. They're not properly situated. They're not satisfied. They're not happy with themselves. They can't look in the mirror. They can't smile. And that's what these motherfuckers are. Narcissistic ass people. So, it's up to you. Are you going to be willing to put up with this for the rest of your life? Or are you going to start taking the necessary steps, the necessary actions to make sure this person is not standing on top of you anymore? You're going to make sure this person is not giving you paralysis anymore, nightmares anymore, traumas anymore. Because we deal with this shit every day. Some people put up with it because they don't got no choice. And of course, this can play out to family members also, too. Now, a narcissistic person, if they don't get what they want, they're going to act very toxic. They're going to act very different. They're going to act very extreme because they lack fulfillment in that place. So, of course, they're going to do whatever it takes to get that fulfillment back, knowing that all they had to do was go within inside themselves and internalize and externalize, aka kill whatever desire, kill whatever circumstance, situation that's going on with you. Kill it out of you. Spend more time with yourself. Be happy for the small things. This way, you can build a foundation within yourself and not allow people, places, or things, or certain scenarios or situations to dictate how you're going to play out through other people's lives or other traits. Because you're dealing with somebody, just know that you know if this person narcissistic, just know that you're going to have blood on your hands too. Because you sharing your energy with this person. You accumulating and picking up these person traits. That's like fucking a zombie. And you are what you eat. You are what you slide inside of. And you are what you allow someone inside of you. So if you know this person toxic, you know this person is demonic, you know this person is very, very, very bad, and you still allow this person to basically get inside your prenatal waters, get inside your rainbow waters, aka you know the rainbow only consists of one color, and you know your rainbows exist of many colors, and you know your rainbows is very pure, very clean, but you know this person is toxic. So you allow this person to go inside you. This person is bringing physical STDs, emotional STDs, and mental STDs. And we ain't just talking about sexual transmitted diseases. Disease can play on any many motherfucking levels. Dis-ease, aka being disabled and not having it easy in life. Feel me? If this person don't have it easy in life, then what makes you think your life gonna get any easier? It's gonna get very harder. Like a rock that can't move, very fixed, very stable, can't move, stagnated. And what happened to rocks? Rocks get walked on, rocks get stepped on. And of course, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get walked on and stepped on a day-to-day basis because you allow this person to get in your space, your circumference. And don't allow that shit. Don't. Because when you allow somebody to get in your space, you're bringing external things. You're bringing another person in your space. And what happens when your space gets too smothered? You get suffocated. And you start to get shrink. You start to shrink. You start to shrink. You start to fold. That goes to show your spirit always needs space. And your spirit is always going to remind you of what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. Your soul always going to remind you on a gut level, a.k.a. a emotional level. And now don't ever, ever ignore what's going on inside of you. Because once you ignore what's going on inside of you, you're only going to build frustration. You're only going to build devastating losses within your perspectives. And you don't want to be doing that shit. You don't want to go down. You want to come up. You want to rise above. You want to be shining every day. You want to be smiling every day. You want to be happy every day. Not in a circumstance situation of being all over the place. Because what happens when you're all over the place? You're not stable. Things can happen to you. You can get you can get harmed. You can get hurt. You can get killed. Because you're all over the place. Feel me? You're not focusing on one thing. You're leaving something. You're leaving your creations not being taken. Your creations not being taken care of right now. That means somebody else can go into it. Someone else can cut the tethering cord. And of course, they cut your tethering cord. What happens now? You don't have control right now. You're not disciplined right now. So you're all over the place. Just all over the motherfucking place. You a fly. You going here. You going there. You going there. You gonna get slapped. You gonna get slapped. You gonna get slapped the fuck up. Because you going into territories, places that people may not want your kind in this area. What happened if a fly keep nagging a person every fucking second? You know, you see the fly in your space, but you keep seeing this fly every fucking second. It's getting very annoying. You gonna get slapped. You gonna get slapped. Because not everybody loves a fly. You got some people that are hurt a fly. You got some people that will enjoy a fly. And you got some people that wouldn't even pay a fly attention. So it goes real deep. It goes real fucking deep. And deep, deep, deep. Now, if you a sheep, this message ain't really basically get to you because you still stuck. You still stuck into that narcissistic person witchcraft mentality. Now, if you get the message, then you already know you way steps ahead of that person. And of course, it takes a strong spirit, a strong vessel, a strong person to be able to reach and get out of these states of awarenesses. Because once you put your awareness with somebody else's awareness, and of course this person is not aware of what they're doing, then they could be controlled. And this goes very fucking deep. Almost to the point we talking about movies now. They put these roles, they put these movies out here, and being narcissistic it's not based upon one thing. It's not based upon one action. It has many characteristics. It has many traits. That's why you gotta really watch people. You gotta always question. When you wake up and you sleeping next to that person every fucking day, you gotta question, you gotta ask, who the fuck is this person laying next to me? You gotta really ask these questions. Because every day, people change. Every day, people get possessed. Every day, people get controlled. Every day, people get taken advantage of. And if you don't know this thing, now you know. Everybody ain't gonna come. Now everybody ain't gonna come to work smiling every day. You're gonna always have the sad. You're gonna have the sad person. You're gonna have the optimistic person. You're gonna have the angry person. You're gonna have the self-detached, self-centered person. You're gonna have the quiet person. Now, that don't necessarily means that they're mad or angry or anything of that nature. But of course, your aura tells it all. Your presence tells it all. And first appearances always counts. So if you're not a person that's open like that, you're going to always get looked at as someone who's to themselves or someone that's not too open. But it goes on to many levels. But of course, dealing with a narcissistic person, I mean, these are the characteristic traits. They are mentally disabled. They are weak. They don't have fulfillment within themselves. And of course, they're going to do everything in their power to try to make sure they get what they want. And of course, if they're not getting what they want, they can be very self-centered. And they can use you and make you feel like you did something wrong, knowing deep down you didn't. You just did you. And of course, you just got taken advantage of that person. And of course, they were just testing to see how you would react and respond while they sit back and drink your juice, aka your power, and take your fucking power back from that narcissistic ass person, one way or the other, one day at a time.